Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me. Welcome to Granny Squares Part 2. If you haven't seen my other video, Granny Squares Part 1, I've popped you a link here above. In Part 1 you might recall that I referred to a lady I was teaching who said to me, I can't see me making very much with treble crochet and chain stitch, and I said she'd be surprised what she could make. So here's a few things that I've made to exemplify that. All the items I've made, I've stuck strictly to using only that which we learned in part 1 so as not to confuse. First, let me show you this lovely baby blanket. You might recall I used it as a final picture in my last video. Well, I needed to put the edging on to finish it off for a gift. So I just simply did 7 treble crochets into each hole, and that naturally forms a shell. I actually created that look on the blanket by simply using a variegated yarn. It does the work for you. You might remember this little yellow granny square from part 1. Well, this square and a few friends were joined together by crocheting together with single chain stitch. If you watch the video carefully, you'll see that it is actually just a chain stitch that I'm using to join. I just have to go through a loop of each side of each piece of material first before wool over pull through, which is chain stitch. As you can see, for this cup holder, I've just simply made one granny square and attached it to the back with some treble crochet. You can, however, make lovely cup holders by joining together a few mini granny squares. And for the final item I want to show you on this video is a portable shopping bag. It can fold up really small, just like the ones you can often buy, but it's really rather prettier. And all I did was I made one large granny square, and then I simply did sets of 6 chains and then joined them to the main fabric of the granny square, roughly every 6 stitches along. But it actually doesn't matter how randomly you do these, because as you'll see by the end product, it really doesn't matter. It makes no difference. I joined them to the main fabric by a chain stitch, and the only slight difference is, which we've done before, is that you actually insert your hook through the fabric and then wool over and pull through. But it's essentially just a chain stitch. You just got the fabric of the granny square added in between, but it's chain stitch nonetheless. And I just continued with these 6 chain stitch arcs until I completed a full circuit of the granny square. I then continued by doing the same 6 chains, but then attaching them to the centre of the arc below, and so on and so forth, row after row after row, until such time as it grew to quite a tall string bag. I then did 1 row of treble crochets to give a little firmness and structure, and then I've shown you how to make a handle strap that's just made of 3 sets of chain stitches. And as you can see, the bags are very strong and they stretch to hold quite a lot of items and quite a lot of weight. But this particular bag was made to contain these shorts made for a friend from Granny Squares to go to a concert in. Well, I do hope that you've liked some or all of these items, and I also do hope that if you've really taken to them, you make them yourselves. And all that remains for me to say is thank you yet again for watching. I'd love you to subscribe. Don't forget I've put a link in for my other video in this series. and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.